Now, shout out to the homeboy Mike over on X-Men. He just shared this. He stated, Caitlin Clark talking about her coach, Lisa Bluder, and how smart she is with offense. If you understand offense and how to break it down, you would understand how sophisticated the offense was. And it's all about fit and floor spacing. That is what Lisa Bluder brought to the Iowa Hawkeyes. Let's listen.
At the college, like it was very similar. Like all I would attack, like we're known to have like 5 shooters on the floor at all times.
Recent commentary has emerged regarding Caitlin Clark's apparent dissatisfaction with the Indiana Fever's current offensive system under Stephanie White's coaching. Basketball analysts have been discussing the effectiveness of the team's motion offense, with some arguing that this system doesn't suit Clark's playing style, as she performs better as a read-and-react player who prefers controlling the ball. During a recent interview appearance, Clark openly praised her former Iowa coach Lisa Bluder and the offensive schemes they employed during her college career. Clark's comments revealed her appreciation for Bluder's sophisticated approach to basketball strategy, particularly regarding floor spacing and offensive coordination. Clark explained how Iowa's system consistently featured 5 capable shooters on the court simultaneously, creating optimal floor spacing.
The Iowa Hawkeyes. Let's listen.
At the college, like it was very similar. Like all I would attack, like we're known to have like 5 shooters on the floor at all time. Like we played with really good floor spacing, and at Iowa it was the same way. Like 4 people were on the floor that could shoot at the same time. Then obviously we usually played with a true post, but they rarely missed too. Like Mon never missed. Like Hannah Stolke was tremendous when I was there too. And even our backup post players, like I always think about like how Coach Bluder like ran practices and things. And like I'm very fortunate looking back and like now going to like watch other colleges practices and things like that. Like Like she really like was so intentional about like making sure everyone was on the same page and like knew what they were doing and knew their role in a way. Like when I talk to people about
the Hawkeyes typically played with 4 perimeter shooters alongside a traditional post player who rarely missed shots. Clark specifically mentioned players like Hannah Stuelke and other reliable post contributors who enhanced the team's offensive efficiency. The most revealing aspect of Clark's statements involved her admiration for Bluder's practice methodology and organizational skills. Clark described how Bluder was exceptionally deliberate in ensuring every player understood their role and positioning within the system. She jokingly referred to Bluder's approach as brainwashing, explaining how players became automatically conditioned to know their movements and responsibilities in various situations.
Knew what they were doing and knew their role in a way. Like when I talk to people about it, I like joke, like she brainwashed people, not like actually, but like,
no,
you
like,
like,
it is a little bit of it.
Like even now at the professional level, I'm like, how do people not know like where to move? Like it blows my mind still. Like, but I think it just makes me like really appreciative of like what Coach Bluder was able to do when we were at Iowa. Like she was so smart. She was able to like construct the team and make sure everyone always knew what they were going to do, whether you were the smartest basketball player on the team or you weren't. At the college, like it was very similar. Like all I would attack, like we're known to have like 5 shooters on the floor at all time. Like we played with really good floor space.
The thing that makes this so important is that Caitlin Clark said something at the very end. She said, how do you
Clark expressed amazement at the professional level regarding players' apparent lack of basketball awareness, questioning how professional athletes don't instinctively know where to position themselves during different game situations. This criticism appears directed at both coaching staff and teammates who seem uncertain about proper court positioning, leading to frequent turnovers and offensive breakdowns. The comparison between college and professional basketball highlighted significant differences in preparation and execution. Clark noted that Bluder's system created an environment where even less basketball-intelligent players understood their assignments perfectly. The coach's ability to construct teams and ensure universal comprehension impressed Clark throughout her collegiate experience.
What makes this so important is that Caitlin Clark said something at the very end. She said, how do you guys not know this on this level? Could she be speaking about her coaches? Could she be speaking about her teammates not knowing where to be, kind of leading to all these damn turnovers, bruh? Just like I stated on Whitlock, it's not Caitlin's fault that her teammates don't know where to go on the basketball court, bro. Like if she passed you the ball, you should mentally know you're a professional damn athlete where your feet need to be set, where you need to be positioned at in the basketball game. If you're running a play, if she's coming off a pick and roll,
Basketball observers have interpreted Clark's statements as indirect criticism of the current Indiana Fever system. The motion offense currently employed doesn't maximize Clark's talents or provide the structured environment she thrived in at Iowa. Analysts suggest Clark's frustration stems from teammates and possibly coaches lacking the positional awareness she considers fundamental at the professional level. During discussions about her injury recovery, Clark demonstrated dedication to fan engagement despite being unable to play. She committed to attending every every road game regardless of her playing status, acknowledging the responsibility she feels towards supporters who invest time and money to watch her perform.
That in the basketball game, if you're running a play, if she's coming off a pick and roll, it could be any set. You should know where you're supposed to be on this level. Now, she went on to say this about Lisa Bluder practices. Let's give it a listen.
I always think about like how Coach Bluder like ran practices and things. And like, I'm very fortunate looking back and like now going to like watch other colleges practices and things like that. Like she really like was so intentional about like making sure everyone was on the same page and like knew what they were doing and knew their role in a way. Like when I talk to people about it, I like joke, like she brainwashed people.
Clark mentioned signing autographs for extended periods when injured, recognizing fans' continued support and wanting to provide memorable experiences. The interview revealed Clark's perspective on fan loyalty and the pressure associated with being a marquee player. Unlike established superstars like LeBron James or Stephen Curry, whose status remained secure during injuries, Clark expressed awareness of the need to maintain visibility and connection with supporters. Her mother's advice about taking time for personal recovery resonated with Clark, helping her balance self-care with public obligations. Clark's appreciation for fan support extended to recognizing how interactions with young supporters provide motivation and perspective.
Knew their role in a way. Like when I talk to people about it, I like joke, like she brainwashed people, not like actually, but like
no,
you
part
like
of it is a
were
little
like
bit of
brainwashed into like, okay, if you drive here, like you're going here and you're going here.
Right.
And like even now at the professional level, I'm like, how do people not know like where to move? Like it blows my mind still. Like, but I think it just makes me like really appreciative of like what Coach Bluder was able to do when we were at Iowa. Like she was so smart. She was able to like construct a team and make sure everyone always knew what
I think that was the same clip. My bad, guys. Now, this is Kayla Clark
across the WNBA. And then like, and they're also, when you don't play, there's
These encounters remind her of her impact beyond basketball statistics and reinforce her gratitude for the opportunities she's received. The fan engagement also helps maintain her mental health during challenging injury periods. The underlying concern emerging from these comments involves Clark's apparent dissatisfaction with the Fever's current system and her longing for Bluder's coaching approach. Many observers wished Bluder had accepted the Indiana coaching position to maintain continuity for Clark's professional transition. The coaching change appears to have created adjustment difficulties that affect both individual performance and team chemistry.
Flip, my bad, guys. Now, this is Kayla Clark
across the WNBA. And then like, and they're also, when you don't play, there's a dip, like a substantial dip. So how do you handle, does it impact your patience? You know what I mean? Like you're coming back from this injury and you know this, everybody knows this, that when you play that changes.
Yeah.
I guess the better question is, how are you like managing it so it doesn't impact your patients?
Yeah.
I know you want to be out there.
Definitely been hard.
Yeah.
Well, like I'm going to go to every road game no matter what, like whether I'm playing or not. Like, and it's hard because
Clark's absence from second-half basketball due to injury adds another layer of complexity to the situation. Historical examples suggest players often return stronger after extended breaks, and Clark's supporters hope for similar improvement when she returns to action. However, the systemic issues she highlighted regarding offensive coordination and player awareness may require broader organizational changes rather than individual recovery. The situation emphasizes the importance of coaching compatibility and system fit in professional sports. Clark's success at Iowa resulted partially from Bluder's ability to maximize her talents within a structured, well-understood offensive framework.
Every road game, no matter what, like whether I'm playing or not. Like, and it's hard because obviously I do feel this like responsibility of like being out there and playing and like, not that I like think there's like a fear of any of this ever going away. Like that doesn't happen when like LeBron or Steph get hurt. Like they're always going to be there.
No,
like, you
you'll be
know,
back.
yeah, exactly. So, but like you do want to play, like you want to give people something to cheer about or scream about, or, you know, people spend so much time and money and resources to come and watch you play. And it's been cool to like see people continue to show up.
The current disconnect between Clark's preferences and the Fever's approach suggests potential long-term challenges unless adjustments occur. These revelations have generated significant discussion among basketball analysts and fans, with many expecting continued coverage of Clark's adaptation to professional basketball and her relationship with current coaching staff. The comments provide insight into the complexities of transitioning from college to professional sports, particularly when coaching philosophies and systems differ substantially from previous successful experiences. The Indiana Fever faces a peculiar roster situation that could force significant personnel decisions in the near future. Currently, the team appears vulnerable against competitive opponents like Chicago due to severe limitations at the point guard position.
And it doesn't end up in an open layup. The ball's not going in. The ball is just not going in. If she dribbles once to get a shot, or she doesn't dribble at all and relocates, and she gets it off a cut, there's a good chance she scores. Unless she's an open layup, and she takes more than one dribble, it's not going in. She has some weird, like, I always say it's like she's the devil on one shoulder, the angel on one shoulder, one telling her to, I don't have the ball, or I have the ball, I'm not open.
The primary concern stems from having essentially one capable ball handler on the active roster. While this player possesses certain offensive skills, their effectiveness diminishes dramatically when required to handle primary playmaking duties. Statistical analysis would likely reveal a stark contrast in performance when this player takes multiple dribbles versus quick-release situations or catch-and-shoot opportunities. This player demonstrates two distinct performance patterns. When operating without excessive ball handling, either through single dribble moves leading to immediate shots or off-ball cutting and relocation, scoring efficiency remains solid.
I have the ball, I'm not open. Should I A, pass the ball to a teammate and relocate and hope they hit me for an open shot, or B, go dribble, step back, long two? And people are saying the long two is the Green Goblin mask for Kelsey Mitchell. Like, I'm sorry, how exactly are we out here talking about a pro basketball player whose natural instinct is to, like, I love Kelsey Mitchell. I think she's a hell of a player when Caitlin Clark is playing. I think when the two of them.
However, extended possessions involving multiple dribbles typically result in poor shot selection, particularly long two-point attempts that rarely convert. This creates a challenging dynamic where the team's primary available ball handler becomes less effective the more they're asked to handle traditional point guard responsibilities. The player's track record against quality opponents without the team's primary star reveals concerning patterns. While capable of scoring prolifically against weaker competition, including games with 35-point outputs, performance against elite teams tells a different story. In victories over strong opponents during the star player's absence, contributions have been minimal in most contests, with scoring outputs frequently in single digits or very low teens.
Is playing. I think when the two of them are on the floor, it's great because, in fairness to her, I think she trusts giving Caitlin Clark the ball. But, like, if Caitlin comes back and we see this version of Kelsey Mitchell, we're fucked, man. We're screwed. Like, Kelsey Mitchell, if you look at the good wins the Fever have had, yes, Kelsey Mitchell can drop 35 points on a garbage team. We know that. Kelsey Mitchell can cook a garbage team. But if we look at our wins against good teams without Caitlin Clark, so when she is the first name on...
Recent games have included performances of 8 points against Phoenix, 9 points against Seattle, and struggles in multiple other contests against quality competition. Even in positive outcomes, such as a win against Las Vegas, significant contributions often came only in specific quarters rather than sustained excellence throughout games. This creates roster construction problems that extend beyond individual performance. The team lacks adequate depth at positions requiring ball handling skills. Secondary options cannot effectively run point guard duties. One player lacks sufficient handle to avoid immediate pressure, while another shows promise but receives inconsistent playing time and coaching trust.
Good teams without Caitlin Clark. So when she is the first name on... When she is top of the scouting report, if you look at her games, or games against good teams, she had the Aces game, where, in fairness, she stepped up in the fourth, but she went into the fourth quarter shooting like 1 of 12. We had the Mercury game, where she had 8 points. We had the Storm game, where she had 9 points. And they were 3 wins against good teams, where she was, other than 1 quarter against the Aces, she was anonymous.
The situation becomes more complex when considering injured players. One veteran guard appears definitively done for the season, while another key contributor's status remains uncertain. Even if the latter returns, expecting 40-minute performances seems unrealistic given injury concerns. Current roster construction forces uncomfortable positional experiments. Players naturally suited for wing positions are being asked to initiate offense, leading to predictable struggles against aggressive defensive pressure.
She was, other than one quarter against the Aces, she was anonymous in 3 of them. Anonymous. And they were wins. And then yesterday, she really struggled again. But I'm not going to spend too much time talking about Kelsey Mitchell, because she is the only player we have that can dribble the ball. Like, we need a hardship player. We need I don't know. We need a hardship player. We need size. We need a dynamic wing. And, like,
these mismatches become particularly glaring.
Like, Chloe Bibby's probably going to be cut. Like, there's no... I can't see a situation where Chloe Bibby does not get waived by the Indiana Fever. Because Coulson's 1,000,000% done for the season. Like, Coulson's done. There's no way Coulson's back. And even if Ari comes back, like, Ari cannot play 40 minutes, and Sophie can't play point guard. Like, I think Sophie, she's...
Veteran point guards with WNBA experience remain unsigned and could provide immediate stability. However, decision-making appears hampered by reluctance to make difficult roster cuts, particularly involving veteran players. The most logical roster casualty appears to be a young player who has received minimal opportunities despite showing capability in limited minutes. This player demonstrated competence when given chances during meaningful game situations, but has since been relegated to extremely limited roles or complete absence from rotations.
I think Sophie, you can run kind of an offense through Sophie. The problem is she's not a good enough ball handler. We saw it. DeWanna Bonner just blitzed her straight away when she went at the one. Like, Sophie Cunningham absolutely has no ability to play point guard. Like, she has no ability at all to dribble the ball. And Chloe Bibby was starting dribbling the ball up the floor. Like, there's actually there's no reason when it comes to Chloe Bibby.
Management's hesitancy to make necessary personnel decisions creates additional complications. Veteran players with significant injury concerns or limited current contributions maintain roster spots, while potentially more useful players remain available in the free agent market. The restricted free agent status of certain players adds another layer of complexity to potential moves. Protection considerations during any roster reshuffling could influence which players face potential release.
Reason when it comes to Chloe Bibby, first of all, there's no reason why she shouldn't be playing. But if she's not going to play, like, why did KK Timpson not even get garbage time minutes yesterday? I've never seen a team not play their young player in garbage time when their young player came in and did a job. Came in when it mattered and did a job. Why not just give her garbage time minutes? Because I don't know Steph White's rotations. But, like, Chloe Bibby, she has no trust in Chloe Bibby at all. Like, why not just... They have the salary. They have the cap space to waive her and bring in a point guard.
Current construction leaves the team particularly vulnerable during extended absences of key players. With potentially 5 or more games remaining before the star players return from injury, addressing backcourt depth becomes increasingly urgent. The organization's apparent reluctance to make aggressive roster moves, even temporary ones involving injured players who could potentially rehabilitate with the team while freeing roster spots, suggests conservative decision-making that may not serve competitive interests. Alternative approaches used by other organizations, including temporary waivers of injured players with agreements for continued rehabilitation support, provide precedent for more creative roster management.